What's up? It's the Purple Yeti. Time for a Purple Yeti roar. I am, of course, the purplest of Yetis. Back with my ridiculous moniker. Got my K-State shirt on, rocking it out. Drinking some delicious Fresca. Oh yeah. I'm back with another crazy, well, okay, not crazy weekend, but crazy weekday plus weekend of college football. Let's get into it, shall we? Thursday night. Let's do Thursday night. It's been a weird week, what with going on today, Fun Fest. That's why, things are out a little early. But also yesterday, there were some good games going on. But Thursday, I think the better games were at, and I took time out of my busy workout schedule to check out the games. So let's talk about those games on Thursday night, because it meant a lot more than like a lot of the games Saturday. But we'll go over that in a second. So first up, Baylor kicked the tar out of Oklahoma like no other. They really laid the wood on them. And congratulations, Baylor. You are number one with a bullet, kapwing, in terms of the Big 12, I want to say. Okay, maybe not. What I'm really saying is that you had the best night Thursday night. Yeah. Okay, maybe not. You held Oklahoma, good defense. I think that was the biggest surprise out of that game. You also finally woke up after a quarter. I think it was a big game heebie-jeebies. And the best way to get rid of those is to play Big Game Bob. So, congrats. And let's hope you take that into the next couple of weeks. Texas is going to be ranked. We'll get that in a second. And then you also have Oklahoma State in Stillwater. We'll get to Oklahoma State in a second. But what we have is BCS contender now in the Big 12. Oklahoma, you can't pop the cork and celebrate a fake Big 12 championship like you did last year. Get out. You're done. The next game that night was Stanford-Oregon. It was closer than what the game really was. Stanford, it was a blowout by Stanford perspective, and that's 26-0 before I think Oregon came back. Scored a lot of points, scored like a quick number of touchdowns right at the end of the game, got onside, so it was 26-20, but it was really kind of a blowout. So once again, the quack attack, the tree fell on the quack attack, and that was it. Stanford Cardinal won. Are they in the national title hunt? Well, no, not now. There's too many other undefeated teams. So let's talk about Saturday. Saturday I had the rarest of days, and I was able to actually get up early and watch K-State play before noon. And that's what happened when they took on Texas Tech. Boy, oh boy, that was an unexpected beatdown. I thought Kansas State would keep it close, maybe pull out a victory. No, they laid the wood big time on Texas Tech. Texas Tech's falling apart. They don't have a run defense. They don't have much of a defense. It's time for that first-year coach to learn his lessons, and what better way to do it than against the Grand Wizard himself, Bill Snyder. So, man, nobody wants to play K-State right now. Nobody. And unfortunately for TCU, Oklahoma, and Kansas, that's who you got left on your schedule. Oklahoma in Manhattan, by the way. This is going to be very interesting next couple weeks. One more win for bowl eligibility for Kansas State. I think they got 2 more in their pocket. Oklahoma is Oklahoma still, but man, I would love to be able to see them take it to Oklahoma again. We'll find out in 2 weeks. They got TCU next week, and man, it's still a rivalry, and it's still Kansas. Got them at the end of the year. Chances are you're probably going to see Kansas State go 8-4. Not bad for winning the title last year, but that came from a terrible start of the season. And I'll tell you this right now, if they keep improving the way they're improving, they keep the number of guys that they can keep it going in next year, watch out. I mean, you're going to be in big trouble the rest of the Big 12. You might be on notice. At any rate, that's that. So during that, TCU played Iowa State, and to be frank, that was the most exciting game of the morning games. All the other games sucked. Not even going to talk about any other conferences. I thought Iowa State had enough gumption at home to maybe upset the noobs in TCU, even though both teams were not ranked. Iowa State's having a terrible, terrible season. Not fireable for Paul Rose because, let's be frank, there's no expectation of excellence up there. There's only really mediocrity is the best you can get, and you should probably hit a bowl once, maybe every other year. It's not their year this year. Maybe they'll do something next year. Right now, don't think anything's happening. Sorry, guys, man. You guys, I root for you guys. TCU, on the other hand, bounced back, got a conference win. They need 2 more to be bowl eligible, but they got a way tougher road. I think they still have to face Baylor and maybe Texas. I don't know. At any rate, it's going to be really tough for TCU to be bowl eligible, but maybe they can salvage something from the season, which kind of fell apart really at the quarterback play, and that's about it. So, on to Oklahoma State and Kansas. Man, the Oklahoma State beat the spread. That's all you needed to know. Whereas before, in the last couple of weeks, Kansas actually played for a quarter. They didn't play any quarters in this game. Oklahoma State just started out and they just didn't stop, and that's all you need to know. Kansas really sucks. And that record for most conference losses is creeping up on them. They may not hit it this year, but they might hit it next year. Kansas's best shot is against Iowa State, and you know I will be watching that one because Kansas State held the record before. Doesn't matter today, but it is a curious fact, one that I'd be ready to laugh at if that actually happened. Finally, in the Big 12 today, yesterday, Texas went on the road to West Virginia and ran into some snags. Now, I kind of predicted in the pick and stick that I wouldn't be surprised if West Virginia pulled an upset, and they almost did. Texas scored points, but so did West Virginia. That's all you need to know. They went into overtime. So, Case McCoy starting to produce offensively. Cyrus Gray, Jonathan Gray went out with an injury. He didn't return to the game, so Malcom Brown came in and he ran. They're scoring points. Lots of sloppiness. West Virginia was beating West Virginia in Morgantown, and that was kind of the X factor for me for that game. Texas got out of there. They're still undefeated in the Big 12. And wow, I don't know if this is all just one giant simulation that some robot master is putting on all of us, but the fact that they have Texas and Baylor playing each other the last game of the year during the conference championship games is pretty freaking insane, especially when you think about what they had scheduled last year, which is what I believe was the play-in game. Was it Kansas State and Texas? No, I don't even remember. Might have been Bedlam, Oklahoma and Oklahoma State. No, it wasn't that. Yes, it could have been. At any rate, some team had to play in to win for the title last year, and we're going to see the same thing this year. I don't know if it's because they're just like that good engaging the talent of the teams and where they expect them to be, but it's kind of creeping me out. At any rate, there you go. Texas won. That's the Big 12. I watched Michigan and Nebraska today, and I got to tell you, it is Big Ten snooze-a-rama. I was pulling for Michigan just to hate on and troll Nebraska a little bit. I wanted people to kind of fire Pelini. But, I mean, we all love the guy. He's awesome. His brother's a cokehead, and it's great watching a train wreck. So, congrats to Nebraska pulling out Brady Hoke's first home loss. So, good on you guys. And, I mean, let's be serious. They used to be in the Big 8. I mean, if I had to swallow a bitter pill of some team winning the Big 10 that was not from the original, I would go for Nebraska. But it's a win-win because when they lose, I also get to laugh at them. It's awesome. Kind of like the way I am in Missouri right now. Not Texas A&M because I just don't like them, period. Anyway, speaking of the SEC, I don't watch that many SEC games. And you know, I didn't even watch the game in the Century Part 24 because I don't freaking care. And Alabama whooped up on LSU, and that's all you need to know. So, Florida State whooped. A lot of teams whooped a lot of other teams. There was no other surprises. Like I said, Thursday was way more exciting. But I was happy to see yesterday Kansas State arrive finally and hopefully push this momentum into the rest of the year and maybe get into a better bowl game than what they're looking at right now. Outside of that, I didn't really learn anything else today. It was kind of a snoozer. Really, Thursday trumped Saturday all the way, but I'm glad everybody did what they had to do and they kept laying the wood. So that's it for me. Leave your comments down below. Drop some subscriptions for fake buttons up above. Until next week, kids, guess what? I'm going to see ya.